Hello, this is Adam Rayner, and, well, I'm doing a strange thing this evening. The horribly embarrassed young man sat in front of you there. That's my mate Luke, who's offspring of an old chum, and who, frankly, I'm exploiting the hell out of. No, really, truly, we're looking at a man who's... where was the first time you fished, Luke? Where was it? Where did you go?
Scotland, or... No, it was in Portugal.
Yes, one of them, Scotland and Portugal. And...
Portugal, yeah.
And did you eat the things you caught?
No, we didn't really catch anything, but...
You still had such a good time that you came back gripped enough for me to... Well, we went off to the big one show in the spring, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you were annoyingly talented with your damn camera, taking those macro photographs better than mine with 30 seconds of instruction. That was quite offensive of you, young man. So you're lucky I flipping did this. But point is I nagged a nice man at BVG Airflow who do the TFG total fishing gear stuff. That means nothing to you at the moment until we open this thing. But right now you're really quite embarrassed because that is a hench parcel, mate, isn't it?
Yes.
It is. And the most exciting parcel in all of fishing is on your lap, which is a long, thin one. The bag is every giveaway that was ever on the front of the Angler's Mail. You can put that to one side. You're going to need some stuff. Likewise, the landing net you've got there is a good one. Just put that to one side. That was another one I frankly stole from the Angler's Mail. No, it was a gift that Angler's Mail were giving away for subscriptions. But we're now going to unpack all this stuff and see what you've got, dude. So,
awesome.
Out of 10, roughly, how excited would you say you were, Luke?
I am very excited. Probably say 10.
All right, mate, we'll leave it there, you poor fella. Let's get the stuff unpacked and then see exactly what that lovely Alan Crawford playing stuff has been nag rotten to stump up. Because we're going to take you off to Get Hooked on Fishing in Northallerton Park in Northolt and teach you how to use this stuff. An unsullied canvas of geezers with no bad habits yet. We'll teach you the best ones. All right, man.
Awesome.
Hello, this is Adam Rayner, and I'm at Tyler's Common in Essex. It's very, very close to the M25. In fact, you can hear the roar. He's sat over there in little Willow Lake here is, well, there's a grebe, and he's stuffing his face on the silverfish. But really, the silverfish aren't really the story on the lakes here, because this lake is, this is catching, not fishing, and which is why, if you've got a whole bunch of new stuff, or you're very, very recent to the whole entire thing, or you're very young, there's a lot of very young dudes about the place, come to Tyler's Common for a practice and a mess about, and check out how these things work and learn a bit about fish handling. And well, sat next to me here is young master Luke Gaval. I can call you that until you're 18, because he's still, despite the strapping proportions of this dude, 15 years old. And basically, I've swagged a whole bunch of gear for you from those nice people at TFG. We went off to, what was the name of that show?
The big one.
That's it, dude. Yes. You proved to have bloody quicker on the uptake skills at taking macro photographs of fishing tackle underwater in fish tanks and nothing flat. Now, tell us about that story, because, you know, the one that got away, I didn't really quite know why you were so ignited with fishing, but you'd been to Loch Ness, and what had happened? You went to a shop, 15 quid, like...
Yeah, really cheap rod with it was like a £2 line or something really silly. And I was with my sister, and we went down to the loch, and...
This is Loch Ness we're talking about.
With
a spinner on a stick. Basically,
walking up and down the bank, and what was it? I thought it got caught on a rock or something on the bottom. I reeled it up, and it was about that big.
This is big. What was it?
Some crazy. It was like an Arctic char or something, or a salmon. I don't know what it was, but it was about that big, and it scared the crap out of me.
That was what I was waiting for. None of that. Oh, it was so cool. You were frightened. You had a toy rod, and suddenly you didn't realise that bumping a lure up and down the absolute margins was the one place to really piss off. So no wonder you were ignited. And anyway, this is a long time later, and you've got your own kit here, because we got this thing from Hardware, didn't we? Which is a brand of the Total Fishing Gear, Airflow, BVG, whichever. We get it from the TFG suppliers. And that is, well, we got you that rod holder and the actual sort of general swag carrier. And that also came with the really rather well christened unhooking mat here as well, did it not? All in one thing. And that tackle box inside it too. That was a whole package of stuff that was kind of keen. And the rod you've got is called a Banshee All-Rounder. How many parts are there in that bag altogether?
I don't know.
Well, because there's lots of tips, aren't there?
Yeah, there's 3 different quiver tips, and another tip. It's like 10 different parts, and it's awesome.
We haven't actually had much more of a go than just assembling it today for in a shorter length actually, although you were thinking maybe a longer one was going to be good fun for float fishing. Point is that you've not done a lot of fish handling or a lot of fish catching. We came here so that you could. How many different carp fishes have you had today?
Loads.
You haven't counted?
No.
Biggest one, about 5 or 7 pounds. Great fun, certainly getting your string pulled. And I mean, even things like learning about the reel itself, because it's an air light from TFG there, isn't it? Have you ever used one with 2 sets of drags on before like that?
No.
And you've worked out the one at the back. They call that, well, it's a free spool. They call it bait runner if you're a brand of the Japanese nature, but that's the trademarked version with somebody else used. But yes, it's means that you can just leave it with no resistance while waiting for that bite. And you've actually used that today, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, question is, sitting here in the sunshine, Essex, early September, have you had a laugh so far?
It's been brilliant.
You reckon you're going to actually be taking this stuff up and going and doing it and hitting the canal and so forth?
I'd love to, yeah. Easy.
Brilliant. Well, this is Adam Rayner and Luca Gavel, who's actually had to put up with me making jokes about him being my Padawan and I'm not your father and all this stuff for weeks, poor bugger. But thanks ever so much to TFG, Total Fishing Gear. 100% blood, sweat and tears, it says. And they're Banshee all round. It really is. It's a heck of a rod. I've seen quite a lot, probably one thing or another, going to visit the shows for the press. And that's a lovely combination. I envied you as an early starter rod, dude. Thanks ever so much, Luke.
All right, bye-bye.
And here we see the young Luke Gavel making wildlife photography. Only it's not terribly wild. Yes, we're at a fishery where you come to do catching, not fishing. We're actually here to try out a whole bunch of new kit. And the fact that well, he's a talented photographer. The fishing thing's very new. But these guys, well, he's tantalising them. There's a floating pellet that's hanging just a little bit above the surface. But they can see it and smell it, and it's driving them mad. Okay, well, if you think this is a bit hectic, you ain't seen bouillabaisse like it.
Stick in a minute.
It is hilarious. Very Essex M25. Psychos in And ladies and gentlemen, when this chap started fishing today, he'd never used a rod and reel. Not a proper one. Dude. It's still not quite ready. It's running all over the lake. Dude. Well done, Luke. Nice one.